As we all know, sometimes overcoming retroactive jealousy can be very challenging, but sometimes it can become even more challenging if we see some things we really shouldn't have seen. In today's video, I'm going to respond to a retroactive jealousy sufferer who has seen some images that he can't unsee. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013, I've helped thousands of men and women from all over the world beat retroactive jealousy and save their relationships. If you'd like more information about my work or you'd like to apply to work with me one-on-one, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. For the people here for the first time, the term retroactive jealousy refers to unwanted intrusive thoughts, often obsessive curiosity, and what I like to call mental movies about your partner's past relationships. You can suffer from one of those symptoms, you can suffer from all three, but that, in a nutshell, is retroactive jealousy. And for today's video, I'm going to read a comment I received from someone, I assume a viewer on this channel. This viewer writes, "Some men have been exposed to real sex videos of their current spouse having sex with an ex-boyfriend. These are videos that were stored in the home and discovered several years later. This experience can be traumatic because the images are real, even if the encounter occurred long before the current relationship. Exposure to these graphic images can lead to frequent flashbacks about the video that are hard to forget. So perhaps you can consider addressing circumstances when the images are not made up or imaginary and suggest some strategies to overcome them." Okay, well, the first thing I would tell this viewer is there's no way to sugarcoat this, so I won't try. That's a very difficult situation. If you are in the unfortunate position of having seen some images or perhaps even some videos of your partner involved, shall we say, with someone else, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's very difficult. I can completely understand and imagine how that would be very challenging. However, the first thing I need to say, and I don't know if this is true for you, but I need to say it, quite often this kind of thing happens when the retroactive jealousy sufferer, the person struggling with retroactive jealousy, goes snooping. Goes snooping through the house, goes snooping through their wife's iPad or computer or phone or old hard drive or whatever. Quite often this kind of thing comes up as a result of snooping. Not always, and I don't know if that's true for your situation, but this often comes up as a result of snooping. And as you know, if you've seen a lot of the videos on my channel, I have strong feelings about snooping and invading your partner's privacy. I'm a big advocate for personal privacy. I think that no matter if you've been married for 60 years, each person in that relationship still has a right to their privacy. It's not okay to go snooping through their phone, their laptop, this kind of thing. You probably heard me say this before, but it bears repeating. So if part of this issue is kind of inspired or caused by your own snooping, well, maybe that's a valuable lesson to never do that kind of thing again, because snooping can often lead to, unfortunately, seeing things like what you're describing. The first thing I will say is people often assume, retroactive jealousy sufferers often assume, that it's their partner's past that bothers them, the actual events in their partner's past. And technically that isn't true. What truly troubles retroactive jealousy sufferers are the stories they are telling themselves about what their partner's past means, the meaning or significance that they are creating around their partner's past, right? So yes, no one in a relationship, or at least most people in relationships, don't love the knowledge that their partner once was intimate with someone else. Obviously, most people are going to feel that way. However, most people in relationships, people who have never heard of retroactive jealousy, don't know who the heck I am, people who have no idea about retroactive jealousy, they can live with it because they've told themselves a better story about their partner's past. And they probably don't even realize that they've concocted a better story around their partner's past. So what I mean by that is, let's just call them normal people. That isn't the nicest way to say it, but let's get real. Non-retroactive jealousy sufferers tell themselves a story like, yes, my partner had sex with this person, my partner was once intimate with another person, but who cares? I'm interested in living now. And yeah, I don't like thinking about it. It isn't my favorite thing to think about. I don't love the fact that this happened, but that was then, this is now, and all of that stuff, all of our past relationships led us to the present. So I'm going to be present with my partner. I'm going to enjoy the relationship in the present moment. You get the idea. Most non-retroactive jealousy sufferers tell themselves some version of that story. And this instance in which you've seen things that you can't unsee, you've seen graphic images perhaps of your wife or your partner being sexual with someone else, you can't unsee that. but you can start telling yourself a new story about the significance of those events. Obviously, just to be very clear, this is easier said than done, but in this case, it's really the only option. Okay, so for example, let's say you've seen your wife, again, intimate with someone else in some kind of a video. You might be telling yourself on some level, my wife is X, Y, and Z. My wife is a woman with low morals, perhaps. Or maybe, I can't believe she slept with that idiot. Or, whatever. There's all these other things that I don't know about her. Or maybe she preferred the sex with that other guy. Yada, yada, yada. What I want you to do here first is to get clear on the story that you're telling yourself about this situation, about these videos perhaps that you've seen of your wife with someone else. What are the thoughts that are rattling around your head when it comes to this issue? What is the meaning or significance you're giving this situation? What are the stories that you're telling yourself about your wife's past and about the situation in particular? And then, equally as consciously, with just as much seriousness and intention, start coming up with a better story. So the story that I always offer, and the one that has helped me the most, is I'm glad my partner was with this person because that guy taught my partner that I'm a better match for her, right? Now, obviously, it's fortunate when you really believe that story. Like, for example, in my life, when I've told myself that story in my past, girlfriends and situations like that, I believed the story. Like, I'm a pretty confident guy, and I believed that story. Maybe it wasn't always true, but I definitely told myself that story, and I believed it. Now, you need to come up with a story that resonates with you a little more, or that's a little more specific, shall we say, to your situation. But if you like that perspective, if that sounds like a better perspective to buy into, rather than the perspectives that you've been carrying around all this time, then you can steal it. You can use that perspective as well. The point is, get clear on the meaning you're making out of your partner's past. Get clear on the meaning you're making out of this situation, and start coming up with a new meaning. Because the past has no inherent meaning. This is the big secret that not a lot of people realize when they're dealing with something like retroactive jealousy. There is no inherent meaning in the past. And I'll avoid the temptation to go on some long philosophical rampage on you, but you get the idea. We are the ones who make meaning out of the events of the past. And the good news is we can make whatever meaning we choose out of anything that happened in the past. If you want help getting started beating this issue, or if you're watching this video and you have a different situation, but you're struggling with retroactive jealousy and you want to get moving forward, you want to start taking steps in the right direction, you're tired of retroactive jealousy being this albatross around your neck, I have something I'd like to offer you. It's totally free. There's no catch. You give me your email, but you can unsubscribe anytime. It won't hurt my feelings that much. Anyway, if you click the link above my head, there should be a card above my head. There will also be a link in the description of this video. Click that link, you'll be taken to a page where you can sign up for my free 4-part video mini course on how to get started beating retroactive jealousy. Over the years, many thousands of retroactive jealousy sufferers have found it very helpful. It's totally free, there's no catch, and there's videos and there's content in there that you won't find on YouTube, you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for my free 4-part video mini course to get started overcoming retroactive jealousy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you find this content useful, please let me know by clicking the like button. Also leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you have a suggestion for a future video, don't be shy. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear it. Also be sure you are subscribed to my channel to be notified of new videos moving forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.